Goa Flowers. I'm Anita Goa and welcome to Philosophy Friday. Today I'm going to answer a question that I got. What is my favorite yoga pose and what is my least favorite yoga pose? This is probably a video that I would not naturally have made myself had I not been asked this question, but I'm so glad that I was asked because it got me thinking, and that's always a good thing. And I'm going to share with you my philosophy on it all, how it's helped me, and give you maybe some nuggets that can help you in your practice. So I hope it's helpful. If you're interested, stay tuned. Alright, so I'm just going to dive right into it. My favorite yoga pose is probably going to be pigeon pose. Yes, pigeon pose. And from the moment we met, there was instant love. There was a connection. Oh yeah. Give me a forward bending pigeon, a twisted pigeon, a backward bending pigeon. Any version of the pigeon, it just is total bliss to me. I love pigeon pose. My least favorite pose would probably be crow pose. Crow pose and I, ever since we met, there's been definitely an attraction there, but we have kind of struggled along the way. We have. Maybe I have struggled more with crow than what crow has struggled with me. And if I practice crow maybe a little bit more, it probably would be a better relationship, but I'm going to get to that. Anyway, crow pose to me is just one of those poses that is just like straight on balance. And I say straight on balance compared to a side crow, which is an asymmetrical balance, which is very easy for me. So I'm revealing a lot about my personality here. Give me anything like it's all over the place, figure it out, I will do it. But try to put me in a place where I am going to need to find complete balance. It's been very, very hard for me. Very hard for me. And I don't know if that is just because it's a part of my personality or if it's because I live in this crazy beautiful city called New York City. I don't know, but now that I'll be moving, now that I'm thinking a lot about balance and wanting sort of a different kind of balance in my life, crow pose is becoming much, much more attractive to me. So I'm going to be very interested to see how my crow pose will be now that I'll be moving to London and I'll be experiencing maybe a different kind of balance in Europe. So stay tuned, stay tuned. But I will say this, that honestly I don't have as much of a like and dislike in my asana practice like I used to. And this is how I know that I have evolved and I have grown in my yoga practice and I've grown as a person. I am a Scorpio, so as a Scorpio, we are very much either we like something or we don't like something. Either I like you or I don't like you. And I am still a little bit like that till this day. I'm not going to fake liking you if I don't like you. I'm not going to try to be friends with you if I have no interest in you. But I've softened up. There's a little bit more grays involved. So I've definitely moved much more to the center, where I don't have as much of a like or a dislike as I used to. And that has been a very conscious practice of mine. And that's where yoga has been so, so, so helpful to me. So although I do like pigeon pose a lot and not as much crow pose, I definitely see how pigeon doesn't teach me as much anymore. You know, I might notice I'm feeling a little tight in my hips today or a little tight in that back bend, but crow pose, that catches my attention. That is really where I learn about myself, and it's natural in the beginning to shy away from the poses that you don't like, the ones that you hate, the ones that you despise. You just want to push them to the side. I did that for a long time with back bends, hated back bends. until I came to a point in my practice where I was in so much pain from just doing forward bends and twists that I realized, you know what, I have to start to learn to love the back bends. And that is really where the practice of asana becomes super interesting to me. I personally love the asanas, and I know a lot of teachers, you know, will write on Facebook and talk about how asana is not so important. I'm of the philosophy that to me it is very important. They are like situations to me. They're like people to me. They are like relationships to me. And I learn so much about myself through the asanas. And I feel like now I'm at a point where I'm ready to sort of integrate all of the different categories, because I know that it is important for me to go into those asanas that I have been avoiding and that I have maybe not liked or sort of been willing to integrate into my practice. So living in New York has sort of brought on a certain kind of learning experience, and I've worked with a certain amount of asanas, I think, you know, from living here. Now that I'm in a space where I'm going to be moving, I am actually, and this is quite interesting, very interested in much more restorative yoga. I am interested in restoring myself. And because I sort of feel a little beaten down in a way, I feel a little abused in a way, you know, from the craziness of the city. And I've loved it. I don't mean to say anything bad about New York, but I just feel like I'm ready to just restore. And I'm also very much ready for more inversions in my life. I am so ready for a new perspective. You have no idea. And this is just something that has been coming up as of late, so I don't have anything more to say than this is what is happening. And then in a later video, when I have experienced, you know, maybe why that is, and I have explored, you know, other areas and maybe gained some more what is the word? More perspective, and restored myself, then I probably have a little bit more to share with you. But my point is just to share with you that your yoga practice will change. So maybe what you started off with loving, you still might love it, but it might not be as important to you. Maybe the poses that you started off just hating, maybe now they are the poses that you love the most. Oftentimes that's what happens. And most of the time, I can probably say 100% of the time, is what we don't want to do, is what we don't like, is what we need. And I have found that to be true completely. And that is where the yoga practice is just so valuable. So if you're willing to listen in and take the time to pay attention, then the asanas are just going to teach you just so much about yourself. All right, so that is just my answer on this. I hope that it's been helpful for you. Please let me know in the comment box below what your favorite poses, your least favorite poses, what they have taught you, what the asana practice has been teaching you, and also maybe what you are willing to now start to integrate, something that maybe you have not been willing to integrate before. All right, I always love to hear from you, and I hope that you are swell, living life and having a great time. I'll see you next week. Bye.